LeBron also tried to let him know.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So, I wanted to check out this video. It popped up on my timeline, and I've watched quite a few of these videos on my own, and I thought this would be a fun one to react to. This is from Legends Productions, who always does these. Basically, he's doing like lip reading, and not like in a humorous way. He's like literally doing like lip reading and translating for us what's being said during basketball games, and a lot of times you can hear the audio as well, but he basically like fills in the gaps for us. So this one is titled "What JJ Redick Really Says to Lakers Players," and this is going to be interesting because we all know JJ is a hothead. All right, so I mean, even on the televised like the actual production, I can hear him cursing. I can hear him yelling and cursing at the team, and just like it's kind of comical. But it's just because I don't really like JJ Redick, so I kind of see him as like a Donald Duck, you know, angry Donald Duck, just freaking out, and nobody cares, nobody respects him. Anyways, sorry. Side tangent. All right, guys, let's watch this. I'm linking the original video down below. I highly recommend checking out this channel. It's not just like Lakers stuff or whatever. It's across the league, and I've been silently like watching this channel for over a year now, and I think I've reacted to maybe one video. But anyways, guys, check it out. Also, shout out to channel members. I'm not sure, but a video like this is all footage, so probably get copyright claimed. Either way, I appreciate you guys for having my back, and yeah, I really appreciate the support. So everybody, let's do this. Like the vid if you could, hit that hype button if you got anything left. I'd appreciate it. And let's watch Donald Duck.
On June 24th, 2024, JJ Redick was hired as the new head coach of the Lakers. This came after a disastrous run by Darvin Ham, who didn't know what he was doing.
Listen, I got it. Hey, give me the board. Give me the board. Give me the board. I got it.
Now, many people...
and that's how basically Ham lost the locker room. Yep, that would be how.
People believe LeBron gifted JJ the job since they ran a podcast together. It felt like he was...
Can you imagine Jordan doing that to Phil Jackson? Like, say, give me the board, Phil. I'll draw on a play. Like, he would... Psh.
Interviewing for the position the entire time, but JJ couldn't care less.
I really don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, I want to coach the Lakers. I want to coach the team. I don't want to dispel anything.
With that in mind, JJ tried to get the best out of his guys. He yelled at them when it was needed, resulting in several heated exchanges. In today's video, I'm breaking all of them down in full detail, showing what led
he drops the F-bomb like crazy. You can just see it on his lips.
To his reactions and how players usually respond. This is going to be a good one, so without further ado, let's get into it.
I mean, it's going to be all over this video, guys, so if you can't handle bad language, click off the video. It's going to be one of those. I guarantee you, every other word out of JJ's mouth when he's not on camera is fuck and shit. You know, like, so we're going to get a lot of that. I bet my money on it.
To start, let's talk about the player who gets yelled at the most. His name is Dalton Knecht, who was drafted 15th overall. JJ tried to ignite some confidence in him, but Dalton just couldn't come through.
It seems like he had confidence when he first came in the league. Honestly, he was playing really good.
It all started on October 29th, 2024. The Lakers were up 2 and tried to get Dalton going. They set up a play where he does a handoff and then comes off a screen. As you can see, Dalton had plenty of space to shoot, but he hesitated. He dribbled into no man's land and was forced to give the ball up. He tried to make up for it, but the Suns easily read the backdoor cut. That forced LeBron to create something late and the shot clock expired. JJ was pissed at Dalton, saying, "Don't pass the shot, shoot the fucking ball." That's how much JJ believed in him, but Dalton kept messing up. He got lost in most of JJ's plays, and the Sixers game proves it. With 8 minutes left in the second, JJ tried to run a horn set for Dalton. However, he didn't know where to go, and JJ had enough.
I mean, he was a rookie. There it is again. I warned you guys.
LeBron also tried to let him know, but Dalton just ignored him. His body language says it all.
Well, I mean, come on, the kid is like a rookie at this point. Like, you can call him out in private, but don't call it. Like, why is JJ out here yelling? The opposing team can hear this. You think Dalton Knecht wants to go back out there now that he's been like shamed in front of the whole audience, in front of the opposing team, and including his own team? No, keep that within you and your team. Do that in a huddle. Call him out in the huddle. You don't call that. It blows my mind. It blows my mind.
I also tried to let him know, but Dalton just ignored him.
Like, JJ played for freaking Coach SxADk. You know, like, he should know what professionalism looks like.
His body language says it all, and he ended up getting traded shortly after.
Yeah.
The Lakers sent him to the Hornets for Mark Williams, and it seemed like a win-win for both sides. However, the trade was quickly vetoed. Dalton was sent back to LA, and he was never the same. He lost all the confidence he had, becoming a laughingstock for opponents.
Week here against this team. We talked about game number.
He can't get traded and sent back. The fuck wrong with him?
Not only that, but Dalton kept committing the same mistakes. His basketball IQ was basically non-existent, and JJ was tired of it. After stepping out of bounds on this play, JJ made some comments to his coaching staff. He said, "The fuck is wrong with him?" That's how much the trade affected Dalton mentally, who's only been regressing this season. Now, Dalton isn't the only player who gets constantly yelled at. Rui Hachimura is in the same boat, and it's literally for the exact same reason. He doesn't know the Lakers playbook. In a game against Dallas, the Lakers had a 7-point lead. Rui was hitting his shots, and
by the way, I'm not like defending Dalton as like, oh yeah, he's a great basketball player, whatever. I'm just saying he's young. He's got potential. And when a player is young, you treat him different than you treat a veteran. A veteran's not doing their job, and they should know their job. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for you not knowing your job. But when you're young, you're a rookie or second year in, coach's job is to guide them, teach them. You know, you don't basically just put them on blast right out of the gate and embarrass them and destroy their confidence. You know, their self-esteem is still building at that point. So that's where I'm coming from. Do you call out the player? Absolutely. You got to teach them the right way. However, you have to think about how you're doing it, how it's going to look, and how they're going to feel about it.
JJ wanted him to get the ball. Rui seemed pretty confused, but he did exactly what he was told. He moved to the right block and scored an easy bucket in the paint. A timeout was called, and Rui was all smiles. He acknowledged the mistake to JJ, who just wanted him to stay aggressive. However, things quickly took a turn during the playoffs. In the first round against Minnesota, the Lakers couldn't execute any offensive plays. Although Minnesota had a great defensive scheme, JJ thought his guys showed poor effort. In Game 2, he tried to set up an out-of-bounds play and noticed everyone walking. Once again, Rui was confused on where to go, and there was just no sense of urgency. That's when JJ Redick called the timeout.
I'll get ready for the F-bomb.
Said this.
Yeah. This is why I like Ant-Man. I love it. He's egging him on. He wants him to get thrown out. Oh, no. I'll play it out now. Holy crap. This is great.
See, that's when JJ Redick called the timeout and said this.
F-bomb.
JJ kept yelling at Rui during the timeout and had this message for the whole team.
Ant-Man's hilarious for that, man. It's so good. So good. You know, he's got the most personality out of anybody in the NBA right now, in my opinion. Stop looking around. Come on, man. This is fucking playoffs.
The funny thing is that guy.
I told you. It's like every sentence, dude.
Guys were still confused by the offense, so there had to be something going on. You even had Bronny laughing on the bench, but that didn't last too long. Once he got his opportunity, JJ also cursed him out.
Did I see a parenting mode, a moment right here? LeBron, let's see.
But that
He's
didn't
laughing.
last too long.
He's like, Bronny.
Once he got his opportunity, JJ also cursed them out. For context, the Lakers were missing key rotational players, and JJ made the bold move to start Bronny. Mind you, he had received several DMPs for a while, so this was surprising. Bronny clearly wasn't ready, and he showed within the first minute. He passed up open shots, and even Luka couldn't believe it.
This is another one of those things, like calling out a young player in front of everybody, that's bad. setting somebody up, a young player like this, for failure is equally bad. Like, these are all the ways you kill confidence and self-esteem. What the hell was Bronny doing in a starting lineup for the Lakers? What the hell was he doing out there? Why would you do that to him? He's not ready for that.
He looked back at the bench several times and it only got worse. After Luka drew 3 defenders, he kicked it out to Bronny again, but he hesitated. Luka started to become frustrated and JJ said this.
Tonight, let's see plenty of tonight. Let's see
there it is.
In other words, Bronny was scared of the moment and JJ immediately benched him. He did return later in the game, but
once again though, hold on. He's saying it during the action for everybody to hear. Once again, why not wait for the next huddle and then tell him? It looks like he's subbing him out anyways. Tell him in private. Like, that's what the huddle is for. I don't understand this mentality. Like, it's like he's trying to be a big man here, you know? So everybody knows that he's cursing his players. Like, you don't need to demonstrate this.
Plenty of tonight. Let's see plenty of.
In other words, Bronny was scared of the moment and JJ immediately benched him. He did return later in the game, but didn't do too much. Now, it's one thing to lack confidence and adjust to a new role. That's normal for young players, but an experienced role player being lazy, that's a red flag, and Jackson Hayes had to learn the hard way. In a game against Miami, JJ was frustrated with his lack of basketball IQ.
He looks miserable. Like, he looks like a guy who goes home and punches holes in walls, like on a nightly basis.
Of course, we all know Hayes is a great lob threat.
Give that man a joint or something.
His defense has always been inconsistent. Oof. With a few minutes into the fourth, Hayes started doubling the high post. The issue with that is that he came too far and Laravia had to help down low. That messed up the entire Lakers defense since Rui also had to leave his man. Jaime Jaquez was left wide open and got the easy putback. The Heat ran the same action just a play later and Hayes kept overhelping. Jovic noticed the mismatch, so he just threw the lob to Kel'el Ware.
Yeah, I agree. What the hell is he doing? There's not like a size advantage or anything going on here. Why are you helping on this play? Why are you...
Let me cut the deficit.
Why leave a gap?
To 3, and JJ was pissed.
Yeah, no, again, he's going to do it, isn't he? What the fuck are you doing? He's going to do it right in front of everybody again. I was just about to say, I'd call a timeout and talk to him and say, like, hey, you did this the last 2 plays in a row. Cut it out, you know? Cut it out. Stop helping. Look, again, in front of everybody, dude. Yeah, Jesus, Reddick. Take a chill pill, dude.
The crazy thing about
He's going to pop a blood vessel or something, man.
Is that these two were teammates in New Orleans. JJ isn't afraid to confront a player, and LeBron James is a great example. I know it sounds hard to believe, but JJ has called them out before. This happened pretty recently in a game against the Suns. For context, Dillon Brooks was having the game of his life. He was hitting all types of shots and even mocked LeBron's shoulder.
I can't believe it, man. He's the second best player on our team. And we have some momentum. He brought a whole new identity to our team, and I'm kind of loving it. You know, we're finding scrappy ways to win games. We're not a title contender or anything like that, but I thought we were going to be bottom of the barrel this year. We're finding weird ways to win, and a lot of it is just, it's coming from him.
Shrug. The Lakers were struggling in both ends, but LeBron didn't seem to care. Instead, he started laughing with the Suns bench. JJ was trying to run something, so this caught him off guard. That's when this happened.
He's not going to curse at him, though.
This is definitely a bad look since LeBron kept laughing with the bench.
Yeah, see, why doesn't JJ walk out into the court and start cursing at him now?
Even Dillon Brooks told him to sit down, but LeBron was out of it. Austin Reeves did the same thing against Dallas, but JJ quickly let him know. It's funny how DeAndre Ayton thought he was talking to him since he also had issues with JJ. Just like with Jackson Hayes, it was all purely effort. Ayton picks and chooses when to play hard, and we've seen this with his former teams. He also throws shade at the media when things don't go his way. For example, when the Lakers lost by 23 points on Christmas Day, JJ warned his team about the next practice.
It's a matter of making the choice, and too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice.
and it's pretty consistent who those guys are. And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
This sounded...
Yeah, and then right after the very next day or whatever, they asked DeAndre Ayton about it, and he's like, y'all believed him? Like, basically, like, it was all for show. So that uncomfortable practice never happened.
Pretty convincing, but according to Ayton...
He's just doing it for show. Like, he's doing it for... I keep asking the question, why is he calling players out on the court like that? Why is he embarrassing them like that? Because he wants us to believe he's actually that guy. But he's not that guy in practice. So that's where you're supposed to be that guy as a coach. Prepare them there when no one's watching. And then by the time they get on the court for the game, everything runs smooth.
JJ was overreacting. LeBron and Vanderbilt were caught laughing after this exact practice, and Ayton said this to reporters.
Your coach told us he planned for it to be a bad day. He said it'd be an uncomfortable day for the team.
And y'all bought into that.
We just listened to him.
Y'all told him. Believed him. I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not saying anything.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the last thing you want to say to the media. He basically said that JJ is full of shit.
Yeah.
And Ayton's
Yep, that's it. That's it. He's a fake tough guy. He's like a little chihuahua.
effort kept getting worse. He wasn't as aggressive offensively and kept getting out-hustled by opposing bigs. JJ had to bench him several times, and even LeBron gave him the death stare. That's how bad things got, but nothing compares to the tension JJ had with D'Angelo Russell.
Oh no, I forgot about D-Lo.
It was purely shot making, and it drove JJ crazy. In a game against Memphis, D'Lo had possibly the worst sequence ever. It started with horrible effort defensively. He didn't even try to cover his man, and LeBron's reaction...
Yeah, well, did LeBron help at all?
With horrible effort defensively.
Swinging around.
He didn't even...
I mean, he's burned at this point. He's got the vantage point. D'Lo is burned, and that's because of poor defense. I'm not going to defend him on that. That's terrible defense. But he's good. He's done. It's over. You're going straight here. All you have to do is take 2 steps in. Is he going to do it?
Even tried to cover his man, and LeBron.
No, he didn't even take a step. He just watched. So I just got to point out, 2 people made that play happen there.
Reaction was hilarious.
D'Lo and LeBron.
On the other end, D'Lo got the ball and took one of the worst shots I've ever seen. JJ was irate and literally started jumping on his chair. Then D'Lo left his...
Donald Duck! Donald Duck!
JJ was irate and literally started jumping on his chair. Then D'Lo left his man wide open from 3, and JJ called the timeout. He took D'Lo out for most of the game and said this to reporters.
D'Lo only played 21 minutes tonight.
It's so tense. It's so tense. Look at him. Look at him.
What did you see there? Why did you make the decision in the second half to go away from him?
Again, just level of compete, attention to detail. Some of the things we I've talked with him about for a couple of weeks, and at times he's been really good with that stuff, and other times it's just reverting back to certain habits. It just felt like for us to have a chance to win this game, that was the route we wanted to take.
Basically, JJ was tired of his antics. This created tension with D'Lo, who tried to avoid him. During a timeout, they were both reviewing a play, and this happened. In other words, D'Lo didn't want to hear anything from JJ. He let his ego get in his way, and JJ couldn't believe it.
I mean, you guys notice the pattern? When you embarrass somebody like that, they don't forget. There's a respect given on both sides when it comes to this kind of thing. And if you're going to call out your star like that, or your players like that, right in the middle of the court for everyone to see on national TV, they don't have your respect. They don't respect you because they already know you don't have any respect for me. You're not trying to teach me. You're not trying to make me better. You're trying to make an example of me.
After D'Lo missed this layup, for example, he literally tried his best to hide his reaction. It was clear that D'Lo had to go and he eventually got sent to the Nets. It's crazy how many personalities JJ has dealt with, but that's what he signed up for. LA is a tough place to coach and he's seen it with his own eyes. And that pretty much concludes the video. What do you guys think of JJ's tenure with the Lakers so far?
It's hilarious.
Do you think it's time for a change of scenery? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
A great video. I think it's hilarious that every single coach that is coaching LeBron and the Lakers is having a freaking meltdown. Like, they all have meltdowns. Even JJ, who's fresh off the block, but veteran coaches too, you know. But like, you think JJ would have a different type of tolerance because he's new to this, you know. So it's like, all right, go with the flow a little bit. No, man, he's going crazy out there. So I think part of the tension that I see in him is, you notice how he never actually called out LeBron. Like, the closest thing he did to call out LeBron was call him over. You know, hey, come over here, LeBron. And then LeBron ignored him. JJ called a timeout. That's the closest thing we've seen. It's just not calling a guy out compared to what we saw him do with everybody else. I think a big part of the reason, like, if I was coaching the Lakers, my frustration would be that my veteran star isn't doing the things that I'm demanding the rest of the team do. So when he sets a bad example, everybody else starts doing it too. You don't want to help on defense? Okay. Well, he doesn't do it either, you know? So he's the leader. You want to sit around and stat pad? All right, maybe I'll just stat pad too. We're not about winning, so let's just do that. That looks fun. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff has to start from the top. And there's a reason why, like, Greg Popovich, during, it was, what was it, Tim Duncan's retirement in San Antonio, like, the most memorable thing that Pop said to him for me is, thank you, Tim, for letting me coach you. You know, in other words, he set the tone because Popovich was able to call out Duncan whenever he saw the need to. Duncan received it and corrected himself. If Duncan didn't do that and he was on his own agenda, just trying to stat pad, that Spurs dynasty that we knew of, it would have never happened. It would have never happened because everybody else would have been slacking off just like their leader. But when the top of the food chain is leading the example, everybody else falls in line or else they're gone. That's just how it works. But it's not working out that way in LA. I have no idea if JJ's a good coach or not. I don't think it's fair to assess him in this situation. However, I'm rooting against him because I don't like the guy. Straight up, I don't like the guy. I don't like the things he says. I don't like how disrespectful he is to the previous greats of the game. And I don't like how he's selective on who he's going to call out and yell at, and he seems to pick the younger players. He never calls out veterans. I don't respect that. So he doesn't give out respect. So I don't respect him. So in return, I'm rooting against him. Now, I can say all that and separate it. Logically, I think he might be a really, really smart basketball mind. However, his attitude, his temper, I think that is going to be the thing that ruins him as a coach. Because it doesn't matter. Like, being a smart basketball mind, that's only part of it. You have to be calm, It's like having a puppy or something that doesn't know the rules and the rules of the house, and you're constantly stressed out and anxious and angry all the time every time the dog breaks a rule. You have to be calm, man. You have to be calm, teach, and lead. That's it. They can sense that fear, that anger, all that stuff, that frustration, and it just confuses them more. They feed into it. You have to be calm. Anyways, JJ will never get calm, so it is what it is. Thanks for watching with me. This was a fun one. Like the vid on the way out if you could. I'll see you all in the comments. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And most importantly, it's the be water, my friends.